Hey, back on the Morning Brew for Thursday, and we're live downtown thanks to Lindy's Cafe for the view out the window. It's going to be a pretty day, high of about 82 or so.
Oh, gorgeous. Love it.
Nice. Hey, well, speaking as a subscriber, ABQ The Magazine is celebrating an anniversary. Let me just say to Paige Parker, the marketing manager, you guys really rock.
Thanks, Larry.
Yeah, you're great.
I really appreciate that. We're
Love
happy
you
to
guys
be
for
here.
a long time. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And time definitely flies.
Doesn't it?
Oh my gosh.
How funny.
Now, I met Paige 10 years ago
Yes.
when she was at UT Austin,
Oh.
Yep.
senior, and she's like, we met at a, here in Albuquerque, and she said, yeah, I'm graduating. Do you have any job opportunities, or have you heard anything for where I should go work? I said, you should go to Albuquerque The Magazine.
Yeah.
And get a
enough.
job.
This is all your fault.
It's all my
No
fault.
kidding.
And I'm so
Wow.
glad it worked out, because usually
Me
when I
too.
refer people, they're the worst.
Well, I'm glad I'm not the worst.
Turns out to be the worst career move ever.
Are you
this
okay
is-
with your decision to go to
Absolutely.
ATM? Good.
Absolutely.
Well, I knew it was a great place to work. Laurel is a phenomenal man, and Gina, they have a great company, and they
Yeah.
always. So
I
anyway,
gotta ask you, do you still
so
have the
glad to see it.
swing in the office?
We sure do have the swings. They're
Okay.
great for stress relief and get the creative juices flowing, things
So
of
you
that
do
nature.
use 'em?
Absolutely. Yeah,
funny.
totally functional. Although they're more grown-up swings than kid swings.
It's a big swing.
Yeah, so when
Yeah.
people bring the kiddos to the office, we're always a little, wary of them on the swings. But yeah,
It's a
They need
cool place.
supervision,
plenty of it, sure.
just like us.
I love the stats here, and somebody took the time to do all this. 112 issues over the past 10 years, 27,440 photographs, and 5,442,500 words
Yes, sir.
written about Albuquerque
Yep.
over the past 10 years.
That's incredible.
First of all, it's amazing you keep that kind of records, but
And they've donated.
yes, this is the bigger
This
number.
is the big one.
Yes.
They have donated $1 million to local nonprofits, and have held more than 30 events for local charities.
That's correct. yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah,
thank you.
Laurel has a really big heart. That's
Yep.
that's one of the kind of center points of the magazine, and so every one of our events practically is tied to a local charity. So we do several of them throughout the year, and we always try to pick a different, one that we haven't benefited in the past. So that's a big deal for us.
Did you ever think, in addition to putting out a monthly magazine, that you guys would be the biggest party givers in town? I mean, you guys got really good at staging events,
Yes.
which I don't think you ever intended to do in the first place.
Yeah, that's kind of true. Events are a big part of what we do. They're kind of another arm of the magazine. A lot of
Yeah.
them relate, to the issue that's on the newsstands or what have you. But I do know, that we have become sort of known for our parties, and a lot of other city magazines do, your best of the city
Sure.
and things of that nature. So some of our events are modeled after other city magazines, but others are completely made from scratch.
Like-
A light bulb goes off, and we decide to
Punch.
have an Iron Chef competition.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it's been fun for sure.
They're the most creative people in Albuquerque. Seriously, they come up with an event for everything. They had an event called Funch,
Oh yeah.
and it was
Funch?
fun for adults to come out, and they had these big. I don't even know how to describe
bouncy
it.
house jousting
Yes,
things.
the
Yeah.
joust. It was just
crazy.
crazy. It was so fun though. Yeah.
What are some of the things coming ahead that you guys are bouncing around the office?
Sure. Well, we're excited about several things. The main thing about the magazine, our main mission really is to highlight all of the really cool and interesting things about Albuquerque itself, along with the people, places, and things here. So
Sounds like a TV show.
it kind of does, huh? But I think, coming up, of course, magazine-wise, we're going to continue to bring, our readers just that, highlighting and finding creative ways and creative people to put in the magazine. And event-wise, there's all kinds of cool stuff going on. A good example that we've been talking about recently has been the sort of rejuvenation of the rail yards market. Cool stuff going on down there.
That's
So
really neat,
we
yeah.
would love to work with them on something. Again, I don't think the light bulb has happened yet, but I'm sure that it will.
It will.
This might be the light bulb moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. So anywho, lots of cool stuff coming up for sure. In August, we have our annual, in fact, 10th annual Hot Singles Party at Hotel Albuquerque. So that should be fun. And then we've brought back our bowling tournament. It's called the Corporate Roll, essentially a team building
It's
event
Gina's
for.
favorite event.
It is Gina's favorite event. I'll be honest, and Gina's a great bowler herself.
She is.
Yeah, so we have that coming up as well, and then of course Best of the City. So we're staying busy
That's
for
the
sure.
best party by far.
Yeah, I
of the
agree.
year.
It's a fun one.
Yeah, that is. Let's go back a little bit. Here's a cover from, I don't know, you can tell us what this cover is.
Oh, yeah,
is
the
our
very
director-
first one. That is
this
April
it?
2004. It is.
No
Oh
kidding.
my gosh.
That is a true
Can't
story.
believe it.
Look at it, isn't it funny?
Wow.
Well, yeah,
It still
but
looks
you have to
great,
start
though.
somewhere.
It still looks great. It's gotten your magazine has definitely gotten thicker.
Yes.
But in other ways has it changed?
Well, you know, over the years, we've certainly added a bunch of different monthly columns to the magazine, whether they have to do with food or people. We're talking now about potentially adding a column for the theater scene here in town, which you know, is always bustling, always stuff going on. And then, of course, you know, as things have kind of grown on the ad side, we supplement that, you know, with editorial content. So, you know, we've gone from 3 features a month to 4, which allows us to, you know, bring our readers more interesting people, places, and things. So, of course, we're all about that. And yeah.
So cool. I'm so proud of you.
Thanks, Amber. I really appreciate it. Yeah, we
You
have
feel
a
like you, well, that's a neat story.
Isn't it cool? I was
Yeah,
so
that's-
happy to come on today and see Amber.
Yeah, that's good. The mayor proclaimed at Albuquerque the Magazine Day last week, May 15th.
He sure did, and I
Very
have
nice.
to tell you, we were over the moon. I mean, that was such an honor, and he did. He came to our offices and read a proclamation.
Beautiful.
And probably the coolest thing of all, though, I have to say about Mayor Barry coming, was that he told the staff that whenever we wake up every day and go to work, really not to think of it as a job. You're waking up to go give the city a service. And I think even for people who have been at the magazine, you know, for as long as I have, 8 years now, you know, and even people who have worked at the magazine for 2 weeks, I think that really resonated with everybody, you know? So it's good, you know, to wake up in the morning and know that when you go to work, you're not just writing a story, you're not just taking a photo, you're not just selling an ad, you're really helping a local business or, you know,
Right.
shedding
Providing
light
a
on.
service, yeah.
Exactly. So that was super cool. We really, really enjoyed having
And
him.
using the media to contribute in a positive way, to put
Yes.
Albuquerque in a positive light. It's so great.
Yeah, I think that was Laurel's sort of general mission when he started the magazine too, is people say, oh, there's nothing to do in Albuquerque, or all the stuff going on in Albuquerque is negative. And so that really, with the magazine, is our main gig, is really shedding a positive light on the city and showing that there's so much stuff to do here. You know, we have the date book section, and it's pages and pages long. I mean, every day there's something going on, so.
And you have a great photographer, Liz Lopez. She's just a wonderful.
Yeah, she and Don,
Photographer and Don.
Laurel's nephew, have been at the
Yeah.
magazine, you know, for years.
Yeah,
And so-
Don's awesome too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I love, and I love what y'all do. And then
Thanks.
Now let's talk about people that aren't here.
Yeah.
But tell us about Laurel Lynch, and we're referencing Laurel a lot.
Yes.
Some of our viewers may not know him.
Of course.
But he's the founder and the sort of the driving force behind the magazine.
He sure is. So yes, Laurel is the magazine's publisher, and he grew up out in Pruitt on the Navajo Nation. He, after college, he went to New Mexico State, so sorry for all the Lobos out there, but he had moved around writing for various newspapers. He worked in El Paso, Phoenix, Sacramento, LA, writing sports reporting. And so he made it back to Albuquerque back in the early 2000s, and he realized here in Albuquerque that they didn't have a monthly magazine, which there have been several, you know, over the
Right.
years, but he was, I guess, in the right place at the right time, and so
Yeah.
that's kind of how everything came about, you know?
And he has such an incredible work ethic.
Yeah, he
and
really does.
kind of a madman. You know, he's so incredibly creative, but he has the hard-working drive behind it. But he's an incredible leader because he brings everybody up to that level
Agree
through
completely.
his passion. You know?
Yeah, and it's a real talent to be able to share your passion and get everybody else to buy in, and he does that.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
he's infectious.
Yeah.
Just his joy and his, come on, let's go, let's do it. Yeah, it's
Why
possible.
not? Yeah.
Anything is possible. And
really
you just
is.
go, wow, I think so. It is possible.
Yeah,
you
and I
know?
think his staff, you know, sort of rises to the occasion as well, along with the friends of the magazine and everybody else. So yeah, it's been fun.
What do you know? What's been the biggest issue you've ever had?
So I think the biggest issue we ever had was actually bigger than the Albuquerque White Pages, and I think it was 446 pages in
Wow.
December 2012. So yeah.
One of those Christmas issues.
It was a best of the city, of course. So yes, of
Yeah.
course that is disclaimer, right?
Right.
Anywho, but yes. So I think our biggest was 446, something like that.
That's like Vogue magazine. in the
Yes, it
fall,
was
yeah.
chunky for sure.
You can't put it down. You sit there.
Well,
and
you
all
want
of
to
a
see
sudden-
who's in it.
Yep. Yes, absolutely.
That's the driving force. People like looking at other people, and that's what the magazine is about, too.
Absolutely.
So,
And the little perk of when you do go to an event, you might end up making it in the magazine.
you could. The photographers are everywhere.
They are.
Hey, Paige, this is great. Our best to everybody there.
Thank you guys
Laurel
so
and
much.
the whole
Really.
staff. I'm glad you guys got to see each other again.
Me too.
And congrats on 10 years of Albuquerque The Magazine.
And many, many, many more.
Thank you guys very much.
Beautiful. All right, coming up on the show, you're going to meet Mrs. New Mexico, Melissa Salazar. She's coming up on the show next. Then I want you to stay around for a performance. Albuquerque Little Theater is staging Les Mis. That's right. And we're going to have a performance for you here live on the show today in our second half hour. So all that ahead. I'm excited.
Not go away.
Yes.
Stay with us.
Get some more coffee like we're going to do
Get some
and
coffee, go to
come
South
back
and
with
then come
us here in just a moment.
Put the toaster on.
Yeah.